Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another weekly reading. This reading is for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, before we get into this reading, I do want to remind you that this is general, meaning not every message shared in today's reading is going to apply for every area or aspect of your own personal situation. Please use your own discernment and intuition when deciding which messages are for you and which ones are not. This is a spiritual guidance reading, meaning I'm going to be tapping more so into the energies anyway, rather than specific situations you may be presented with. Okay. And just so you're aware, I am using a different deck this week. I'm using my Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck instead of my normal animal spirit deck that I use for the weeklies. But Virgo, the first card I draw today is going to represent your energy for this week or the path you're on for this week. And then the second card I pull is going to represent your obstacle for this week. All right, so let's go ahead and get a card for Virgo's energy this week. Virgo's energy this week, please, Spirit. Okay, so we have balance being your energy this week, Virgo. So I see you moving in a state of balance here for this week. There's a balancing of the light and dark aspects within yourself, as well as the divine feminine, divine masculine energies within you coming into harmony here. But more so, I get the feeling of the spiritual or unseen and the physical realm merging for you this week. And so if you've been having trouble creating some sort of foundation in the physical realm, because we have foundation at the bottom of the deck, homeland, it's going to, this week, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more easier for you this week, grounding these spiritual energies into the 3D realm in order to create something solid. Virgo, what I'm channeling here is you've been having some trouble trusting your intuition or trusting your ability to manifest this week. That may come up for you. And the very first reading I did for you, Virgo, which was a couple of weeks ago, we had this energy of you working diligently towards something and not seeing the fruits of your labor. And I touched on the fact that there were certain karmic energies that you hadn't worked through yet, or a certain level of maturity that you had to reach before certain manifestations could come to you or manifest in your life. And I feel like, Virgo, you're moving in this energy of balance this week. I feel like there's going to be a merging of the spiritual and physical realms for you this week. So you may be seeing something happen for you in the physical realm, something that you've been drawing inspiration from the divine, manifesting into the physical this week. That's going to be helping you build some sort of stable foundation for yourself. Okay, let's get a card for Virgo's obstacle this week. What is Virgo's obstacle this week? Virgo, what I'm also channeling with this energy here of balance, it's like you're not dwelling so much on the negatives this week. You're allowing yourself to see the beauty in even the most darkest situations or the most darkest experiences you may have experienced up to this point. Okay? So what I see you doing, Virgo, is you're moving in a state of non-duality. You're not perceiving light versus dark. It's light and dark working together to create what we're experiencing or seeing in this 3D reality. And we can choose to align to seeing the higher perspective or coming from a neutral place, or we can choose to see things from just surface level or just third dimensional, physical. which keeps us in this state of right versus wrong, light versus dark, instead of light and dark working together. You know what I mean? So you're seeing, or you would be seeing things versus each other rather than, placing yourself or extracting yourself out of the situation and being able to see it from the higher perspective here, which will give you a neutral perception on things. And that's the energy I feel like you're going to be moving in this week, Virgo. In simple terms, you're not dwelling on the negatives that may be happening around you this week. You're focusing more on the positives this week. That's bringing about a certain level of balance for you. Okay, the obstacle you may have this week, we have ancestors and remembrance. Okay, so for some of you guys, you may be having nostalgic memories about a deceased loved one. Okay, and then for others of you guys, we're going to go really deep. Okay, so I apologize if I lose you. But for others of you guys, if you are into spirituality and you are able to connect with your ancestors and beings on the other side, your obstacle this week, I feel like, is going to be healing some sort of ancestral karma. And that did come up 2 weeks ago in your reading. I feel like for some of you guys, if you lost a father figure or a father, your father or this father figure has been guiding you on the other side, as well as I feel like this person, this father figure, has a lot to do with the ancestral karma that you're trying to transmute in this lifetime. And like I said, the reason why you haven't been able to manifest completely what it is you've been trying to manifest here, Virgo, in the 3D realm, is because there's still yet some karmic energies to transmute or rise above here. So there are still lessons that need to be learned, and there's still some learning of the past. Okay, so some of you actually need to dig a little bit deeper into your bloodline and your ancestry, and really learn about your bloodline and what it is you are actually working with here, what it is you're actually working to transmute. So for example, discovering that a certain mental illness runs in your family. Okay, now you understand an aspect or something that's been plaguing your bloodline for generation after generation. So you understand what you're working against here. You can try to get an understanding of why that certain illness may have manifested within your bloodline and what's needing to happen on your part to kind of transmute that and allow it to end, allow that cycle to end with yourself. Alcoholism, for example. I'm not going to give too many examples because I don't want to offend anyone, but addictions could definitely be in there for some of you guys, healing addictions. But there is a need for you to really dig into your ancestral lineage here and your bloodline and really understand or get to know what type of karma or negative energies you're working against or trying to transmute here. Okay. And then for others of you guys, your ancestors are literally just wanting you to remember them, remember their lineage. Oh my gosh, some of you guys, they're coming in strong. It's like you don't know enough about your bloodline, so it's hard for you to even honor where you come from or what your DNA is representative of. You know what I mean? So some of you guys, I feel like, have come from lines of high priestesses and high priest. Okay, I'm channeling Native American for some of you guys. Native American is coming in really strong. And I mean, we are in America, so this was the land of the natives, or at least I'm in America. So if that doesn't resonate with you, there's a native bloodline on the land that you're inhabiting now that you come from. And I feel like, or what's channeling through here is, you come from a line of people who are highly connected to the spiritual realms. Okay? You come from a really powerful bloodline, and that has somehow been lost and diluted in some sort of karmic energy generation after generation. Okay, and with you, that energy is wanting to be transformed and transmuted. Okay, but you're gonna have to dig a little bit more deeper into what it is you're dealing with, where it is your people have come from, or your DNA has come from, and then the karmic energy that has somehow infiltrated what was, you know what I mean? So, it's hard to honor your ancestors or your bloodline if you're not quite sure what it is or where you come from. And I'm a Virgo, I'm resonating with this as well. I was adopted, so it would be really hard for someone like me who doesn't know their biological parents to really dig into that and understand my ancestral bloodline, the karma that plays into that, and exactly what type of people I descended from. You know what I mean? But what Spirit is wanting you to do this week, your obstacle is going to be really connecting to your ancestors, or the ancestors on the other side who are your spirit guides. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is a father figure or a father that's wanting you to discover these things, because this person, I feel like, is wanting, they're really guiding you or leading you into really discovering the truth about who you are and where you come from, in order to stop this karmic cycle. Because I feel like if you're resonating with this, you guys come from a very high bloodline or a royal type of blood. Not even necessarily royal, but like I said, a people who were very connected to the spiritual realms. Okay, and it got diluted, like I said, through generations after generations. And I feel like there was a certain, stay with me guys if you're resonating with this, you may have lost a few people on this side of your family that this is resonating for. And I feel like the losing of those people served to kind of balance the scales and really give you the chance to change the trajectory of your bloodline here. Change the trajectory of where your bloodline was heading. Okay? And I feel like these people who may have passed, or this person, if it's only one person for you, they're working on the other side with you to help you acquire certain information or knowledge that's going to help you transmute the karmic energy that has plagued, I hate to use that word, but has kept your DNA or your family bloodline in some sort of bondage or karmic energy here. Okay? So some of you guys, your obstacle, is really getting in tune and in touch with your ancestral lineage this week. And there's that light and dark aspect again. Because I feel like whatever you're transmuting, this is going to be a long reading, Virgo. So there's probably going to be a part 2. I hope you guys stay with me. But what you're working with, Virgo, whatever you transmute, I feel like is going to serve as, you're going to take in those experiences. Those experiences that your ancestors have experienced are being added to your toolbox as you transmute the negative energies. You know what I mean? So it's like you're gaining all of this wisdom through the trials and tribulations of your ancestors. You just have to tap into that. Okay, Virgo, this is probably going to have to be a part 2, but I'm going to go ahead and pull your advice.